Hi, welcome NCS Wires. My name is Rabbi Lashak. I'm the Regional Director of Southwest Region and the Director of Euro Eyes that goes to Europe and Israel in the summers. This week we're going to be learning about Parshat Tazriah. It says in the Torah, וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל לאמור, אישה כי תזריע וילדה זכר, ותמהה 7 ימים כי מי נידת דותה תיטמא. Hashem spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, When a woman conceives and gives birth to a male, she shall be contaminated for a 7-day period, as during the days of her separation shall be contaminated. The Parashat Tazriah is telling us about the concept of Tumah v'Tahara, purity and impurity. Says Rashi, an amazing concept. It says, Isha ki Tazriah, Amar Rav Simloi, כשם שיצירתו של האדם אחר כל בהמה חיה בעוף, במעשה בראשית, כך תורתו נתפשטה אחר תורת בהמה חיה בעוף. The way that the human was created after all the animals, so now the Torah is talking about the purity and impurity of humans and the creation of humans only after it spoke about the animals. This is what Rabbi Simloi says. So to understand is, in Parashat Tazriah we're talking about the concept of purity and impurity, Tumah v'Tahara. There is a Masechet Sanhedrin that it tells us, the Talmud says, in a area called Sanhedrin, it talks about page 38a, and also it says in Tehillim, in Psalms 139, it talks about that the reason why the human was created until the end is because the human is the most important thing. What is the last thing to show up at a wedding? The last person to show up at a wedding is the Kala. The Kala is the bride. First you get the photographer and you get the caterer and you see people working very hard for many days over there, and the last person that shows up to the Chatunah, to the wedding, is the Kala, the bride. She's the most important person in the whole wedding. But because she is the most important, she is the last one to show up. So is the same when HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when the Master of the Universe created the world, first he created all the animals and only then he created the humans. To show you that the Kedusha, the purity of the human, is so much greater. The Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin talks about a man named Rabbi Shimon bar Chalafta. Rabbi Shimon bar Chalafta was a very holy man. One day he was traveling and he saw there was a huge amount of lions and they were getting really close to him. And he was walking, he was not afraid. And at that moment the lions started roaring, they were very hungry and they wanted to eat Rabbi Shimon bar Chalafta. At that moment the heavens opened up and meat started coming down from Shamayim, from heaven. And he fed all the lions. And the lions were so happy and so content, they took their meat and they moved away. But there was a lot of meat left in the floor. So Rabbi Shimon bar Chalafta grabbed some of the meat that was left in the floor and took it to the Bet Midrash. And he asked in the house of the study, he asked the following question. He says, Rabbi Isai, my friends, rabbis, is this meat kasher or not? And everybody started arguing. Is it kosher? Is it not kosher? Was it slaughter? Was it done by a human? And then they decided that it must be kasher. Because the Master of the universe and the heaven would not send something to the world that was not kasher. My friends, I don't understand what's going on. Why does Rabbi Shimon bar Chalafta walk into the house of study and talk about if the meat is kasher or not? Who cares? He should be saying, look what happened to me. There was a tremendous miracle. I was walking by and this was all these lions and these lions wanted to eat me. And God and heaven made a miracle for me and meat started falling down from heaven. And I was spared. And that is a miracle. That is a nes. But instead of Rabbi Shimon bar Chalafta telling them what happened, he just says to them, he says, meat fell from heaven. And you know what? Is this kasher or not? Who cares if it's kasher or not? He should be telling them that a miracle happened to him. So the answer is that to Rabbi Shimon bar Chalafta, this was something that was common. He was such a holy person. His neshama was so pure, so incredibly close to God, that this was something that happened to him all the time. So he didn't care about the miracle. He cared about if the meat is kasher or not. And this is the lesson of Parshat Tazriah. The lesson of Parshat Tazriah is if you're really holy, then God will take care of you. It says that the Penei Yehoshua, a very, very famous sage in Europe, they told him there was a lot of lions getting closer to the... And he said, wait, don't move around. I will take care of the lions. And he went and he put on his talit and put on his tefillin. And when he saw the lions, he removed the talit and he let the animals see the tefillin. And the lions ran away. And he started running after the lions. And can you imagine the lions are running away and the Penei Yehoshua is running after the lions? This is an old man. And all the town is running after the Penei Yehoshua. The town is trying to make sure that the rabbi is okay, and the rabbi is running after the lions. Why are the lions running away? The lions are running away because they saw this Keren Orah, this unbelievable light, the same light of Kedushah that Moshe Rabbeinu had when he came down the mountain. It is the light of Kedushah, of purity, that the Neshama is able to show when we are tahor, when we are pure. My dear NCSYers, we should continue to try to achieve Kedushah. And that is why it's so important to attend and support NCSY. Because this is what we do. We bring Kedushah to the world. Shabbat Shalom.